Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care and hair care topics. If you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So today we are going to talk about all things Chebe. You guys asked me questions on Instagram and you asked me questions on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started. So really quickly, let's define what Chebe is. So Chebe powder, traditionally used in Chad, a country in Africa, is a mixture of cherry seeds, cloves, lavender, crotons, stone scent, and resin tree sap. The powder appears fine and brown. It has been traditionally used by women in Chad, and it helps them maintain a long waist length natural hair. Okay, so now we are going to move into your questions. They're going to be in no particular order. I will start with the ones from YouTube, and then I will move to the ones from Instagram. So the very first question is, can Chebe cause buildup? So this one for me, I have not noticed any buildup. What I will say is that when you are washing your hair, you will have to take a little bit of time, or it may take a little bit more time for you to actually get the Chebe out of your hair. The other thing that I will say is that because I am not washing my hair for 2 weeks, there is going to be some type of buildup. And basically, I'm going to be reapplying, or I'm going to be applying Chebe to my hair 3 times within those 2 weeks. Okay, so let me give you dates so this is not confusing. So you guys know that I wash my hair every 2 weeks. And within those 2 weeks, I will apply the Chebe grease or the Chebe powder 3 times. So let's do dates. So on March 18th, which was a Monday, I washed my hair. I installed my leave-in and then I applied the Chebe. I am noticing for myself that I need to keep it at about the 4th day mark. I need to reapply every 4 days, okay? So I washed my hair on March 18th, which was Monday. Then on the 21st, which was Tuesday, I reapplied. That is the second application, which brings me to the 25th, which was Monday. So my hair has been washed for an entire week and I had 2 applications, okay? So then on the 28th, which is Thursday, I will reapply. And then that leads me to the next Monday, which is going to be April 1st, is when I will wash my hair and then reapply the leave-in and then reapply the Chebe. So as far as buildup is concerned, I know some people who have low porosity hair might have issues with this. So as far as buildup is concerned, I have not noticed any buildup, meaning that when I wash my hair, if I take my hands and put my hands through my hair after I have thoroughly washed my hair, I do not notice any of the leave-in is still there. I do not notice any of the Chebe is still there. My hair has been thoroughly cleansed. You are going to have to pay a little bit extra attention or give a little bit more care or take a little bit more time to actually rinse it so you can make sure that your hair is cleansed. But as far as like buildup, hindering my growth, scalp, itchiness, none of that. Okay, the next question. Does Chebe actually thicken hair? Okay, so as far as thickening hair, there are different types of methods to thicken your hair. You can use peppermint, you can use rosemary, you can use Rogaine, you can use Mindoxil. As far as Chebe actually thickening the strands of your hair, there is nothing in there that states that it's going to thicken your hair. Where I think this idea is coming from is that Chebe is meant to strengthen your hair. It's meant to moisturize it. If your hair is moisturized, if your hair is strengthened, that means that it is going to be able to grow to your desired length. That is going to allow your hair to grow to its full potential. When your hair is moisturized, when your hair is strengthened, you're not going to see breakage and your hair is going to be able to grow to its fullest potential. Now, what you may see someone do is they may add a peppermint oil or a rosemary oil to their Chebe mixture to help with that, because there is scientific research when it comes to rosemary oil and peppermint oil that they are both actually as effective as Mindoxil. If you are not aware, Mindoxil is one of the main ingredients in Rogaine. We are all aware of what Rogaine is. But as far as the Chebe powder or the Chebe grease itself, I am going to say no. The idea behind it is that your hair is moisturized and it's strengthened, which allows your hair to grow to its full potential. You may notice that your hair is thicker, or it is coming in thicker because those shorter strands or the hair that has broken off is now being able to grow out. So maybe let's say you have an area which you guys know that I am growing out my nape area because there is breakage in my nape area. With me using the Chebe, I should be able to see that area come in thicker, but it's coming in thicker because it is actually being able, or it's actually being allowed to grow out to its full potential, okay? The next question. How is the hair grease working so far? Have you noticed a good difference in your hair and in hair growth? So the very first thing that I do want to say when it comes to hair growth, hair is always growing. Your hair is always growing. If your hair is not growing, that might be a hormonal issue. That might be a health issue, and you need to go to a dermatologist or to your general doctor. Okay, your hair is always growing. What we're really talking about here is length retention. So as far as length retention, I have not noticed any length retention yet. It's been about a month, okay? You're not really going to notice something in a month. What I will say is that you guys know that I got my hair trimmed in January. As far as are my ends thinning out, absolutely not. My ends are still as full as they were when I got my ends trimmed. What I will say, what I'm really, really liking is the fact that when I am detangling my hair, whether it be with my tangle teezer, whether it be finger detangling, I am noticing a significant decrease in breakage. So really quickly, let's just talk about what breakage is. Breakage is like when you are combing your hair, when you are finger detangling, and you are seeing like these little short strands. Shedding, or hair that is coming out, I'm not going to say falling out, let's just say shedding. Hair that is shedding is the long pieces of hair that have the white bulb on top or on the bottom, wherever it came from. I am noticing a significant reduction in breakage. All of the hair that is coming out of my head are the long shed pieces, and I can tell that because of the white bulb at the top. So probably, I would say for me, I'll probably see a difference in length retention. I would probably see at the 3-month mark. You guys know that if you started watching me in January, that my hairstylist told me to take pictures every 30 days just to make sure that I am keeping up with the nape area. Come back to her in 6 months and see how it's going. Of course, I have the photos and the videos, and I will be showing you guys. But as far as the benefits, that is the very first thing that I noticed. And I will say, honestly, with the first application, I did notice that. Also, what I will say is that I know with the Chebe powder, especially with just the reapplication, and you guys know I'll be doing that 3 times as well, I have noticed that my hair has remained stretched even with the grease. A lot of people talk about how with the powder they recognize that, or they notice that their hair has stayed stretched or is in a stretched state. I have noticed that with the grease as well. All right, next question. What conditioner do you recommend mixing with the Chebe powder? Any conditioner. If you are going to do a leave-in conditioner, any conditioner. If you are going to do like a deep conditioner, any conditioner. Can it be stored as a regular conditioner after it's mixed in, or do I need to store it differently? I would say store it just like you store anything else. Make sure it's not in like a hot area. Make sure it's in like a cool area, not damp. And I would probably say also just leave it in your cabinet. Like don't have it sitting out and just like in the sun. Just treat it the conditioner or the leave-in as you would any other product. Next question. How did you choose the brand? How do you know if a brand is of higher quality? And I said this on Instagram because somebody asked me this as well. In all honesty, this particular brand, which is Odara Naturals, I will link them down below. I will also link all of my hair products down below as well. They popped up on my YouTube feed. I did some research. I looked at the company. I looked at their results. And I just said, okay, this seems to be a reputable company, and I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. Read the ingredients. Somebody did ask me about petroleum. There is no petroleum in their ingredients. For a lot of people, petroleum can actually suffocate their scalp, so that they don't like using it. And like a lot of your traditional greases, they do have petroleum in them. That's why for the past couple of years, people are trying to steer clear of, or people are trying to steer other people away from using traditional grease because it does have petroleum in it. But as far as of higher quality, this is the first I'm answering these questions and I'm going to learn things as we go because this is my first attempt and this is my first journey with Chebe. So if I misspeak about something, I'm definitely going to correct myself, but I am doing this along with you guys. So this is my first company. using Chebe. This is my first time using Chebe. And so far, all of the benefits that people talk about since I've been doing my research with this company, I have seen. As you heard me say earlier, I probably won't see length retention or growth probably up until the 3-month mark, but my ends are full. My hair is shiny. It's moisturized. As I said before, the breakage. So everything that this product is claiming to do and everything that Chebe on the internet is claiming to do has been done or is being done to my hair now. And I can see that. It's definitely a difference that I can see. So the only thing that I will say is just be mindful of the products that you are choosing, or just be mindful of the companies, because I remember when I was using henna, there was a company that was trying to sell henna and it was black. Henna is not meant to be black. It means that it had some type of indigo and some type of like formaldehyde or whatever in it. What I will say is just do your research. And if you find someone, reach out. If you do find a company, reach out to the company. Or if that person who is using the product has a review and they have an Instagram, they have a TikTok, they have some type of social media, reach out to them. They should be, I won't say gatekeeping or more than open, but they should be receptive to your questions, especially if they are endorsing the product or if they have given a review, right? Their review is already online, so they should not have any issues answering questions. So what I will say is just do your research. For me, I'm going to stick with this company because everything that this company is claiming is true, and all of the benefits that I'm seeing online for Chebe, for this product, I have seen as well. Okay, next question. This person has several questions, which is fine. Okay, so my question is, which steps will you apply the Chebe powder and how often? So how often is going to be every 4 days. I'm thinking that is my sweet spot. And in the beginning of this, you talk about how the Chad women or the women of Chad are applying the Chebe. I'm not making assumptions, but we clearly live different lives and we live in very different environments. So I won't necessarily be able to follow their regimen to a T. How I plan to do it, especially with the powder, with grease, you guys know that I am actually stretching my hair with the Rev Air on the cool setting, adding my Chebe, and then adding the Chebe grease. With the powder, one of the first things that comes up, and if you are not aware, if you are going to try the Chebe, one of the very first things that comes up, especially the powder, do not put it on your scalp, okay? People are talking about irritation of the scalp. You are supposed to put it where your hair starts and even a little bit below that, and then just take it all the way down your hair shaft. Please, 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 please do not put it on your scalp, okay? But what I also am reading when it comes to the powder is that it is actually better for you to apply the Chebe powder when your hair is damp. And I actually don't mind testing this out. We can do, because what's today? Today is Wednesday. No, today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So on Monday, I will film. We are going to do the Chebe powder. Y'all know I've been using the grease. I'm going to do the powder. The first time I do the powder, I'm going to do it on damp hair. And then next time we can see how it fares on dry hair. But because of the research that I've been doing, most people are applying the Chebe powder on damp hair. So what I will do is I will do the exact same thing. I will apply the leave-in. I will mix the Chebe. I'm thinking for the Chebe, I'm going to use the, I'm going to use a little bit of the Curls Blueberry Paste. I'm definitely going to be putting rosemary oil and peppermint oil in it. And then for like a butter, I'm going to use my Shea Moisture, the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. And I will do all of that on camera, okay? I want to make sure that I'm being as authentic as possible because, as I said, this is my first time using Chebe as well. Will you be taking down your twist, applying your leave-in and Chebe hair grease prior to wash day? So I am not going to be touching or redoing or retwisting my hair every single day. I'm going to stick with that 4-day mark. So the example that I gave, and I'm trying not to confuse y'all, but the example that I gave is that on the 28th, I am going to reapply my Chebe, which is going to take me all the way to April 1st, which is Monday, when I will wash my hair. So me reapplying the Chebe on the 28th is 4 days. So my hair should be fine. In between those 4 days, I am not going to be reapplying anything. I'm going to make sure that my ends are tucked If I'm filming, I might have my hair down. If I'm just, relaxing in the house, or if I have somewhere to be, if I'm running errands and I know I'm going to be moving, vigorously that day, more than likely I'm going to have my hair up. It's probably going to be a top knot, as y'all see, with a head wrap, or like this. One of the things that I have noticed about myself, or one of the things that I have noticed about my hair, especially when I'm trying to retain my length, is that my ends have to be tucked. Yes, they need to be trimmed, but they also have to be tucked. So in between the reapplication, I am not reapplying or retwisting my hair. Now, if it so happens that I don't coat my hair evenly, or I don't coat it enough, and a twist so happens to come undone, I will redo it. But that has not happened yet. What are the products that you consistently use on your hair? I will link these down below, but consistently, and at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to post that video. I will just go ahead and tell y'all. Shea Moisture did reach out to me to do a collaboration with their new line. And one of the main ingredients is amla. You guys know that when it comes to my hair care, I try to keep it simple. I try to keep it natural. I don't jump on bandwagons. But the reason why I wanted to do this collaboration is because I had been speaking to y'all about amla for the past, 2 months? And then when the opportunity presented itself, I said, you know what, this is perfect timing, and it's genuine because I have been using the product and I have been talking to y'all about it. So as far as the newest products that I am using, it is the Shea Moisture Amla Repair Bond line. The other one is the curl paste that I use for my edges. The other one is the Curls Blueberry Aloe Moisturizer. And then I do use the Curl Enhancing Smoothie from Shea Moisture. And then prior to using the Amla line, my conditioner and my shampoo were from Briogeo, and it was the banana line. But I will link all of that down below. Do you have any prior pictures when you first began your natural hair journey to show your progress? So as far as that, no, I do not, because when I started my natural hair journey, social media was a thing, but I was not on it. So I went natural December 22nd of 2012. I was not taking pictures. But what I will say is that I had 2 setbacks. I had one in 2014 due to a hairstylist. She did not know what she was doing, and she snapped most of my hair off. And then in 2017, that setback was my fault. I chose to keep my hair in a top knot for like 3 months, and then I had to cut my hair. Moving forward, I will try to keep the photos. Definitely for this Chebe journey, I do have photos and videos, so you will be able to see that. But as far as photos throughout my entire natural hair journey, no, I do not. Okay, now let's move on to the Instagram questions. The first one, does it feel overly greasy/oily? So not to me, but I am using the Chebe grease generously. You guys saw in my short and in that video how much I was putting on there. And I think this is one of the reasons why they say, and this is for the grease as well, why they say that you need to apply on damp hair is so that it will your hair will absorb it even more. Like when I press on my hair, does my hair feel greasy? No, it doesn't. Do I have a little bit of Chebe grease on my hair after I style my hair? I do, but it's not like excessive. It's not overly oily. So as far as, I use it very generously. Somebody else might not, so they probably won't notice it. But is my hair greasy? I don't think my hair is greasy. When I lay on my pillow, does it smell like lemongrass? No. When I lay on my pillow and I get up, is there like this circle where my hair has been? No. So do I find it overly greasy or oily? No, I don't. This person said, what is the biggest thing you're hoping to gain by using Chebe, growth, moisture, etc.? And that's exactly it. I am looking for the moisture. We all know that when you keep your hair moisturized, your hair is less prone to breakage. I'm looking to keep my ends intact. I'm looking to grow out my nape area, and I'm looking for length retention. You guys know that one of my goals for 2024 is to grow my hair out. I want to be able to get to 30 inches eventually. This is not on here, but someone did ask me about locks. Should you put it on locks? This is what I will say about locks. I do not have locks, so I don't want to speak on an experience or give information about something that I am not aware of. But what I've seen yes and no. I've seen some people who have locks actually try it and love it. I've seen some people who have locks and try it and they absolutely hate it. I've done research. I've seen yes and I've seen no. Chebe is meant to strengthen your hair. It's meant to moisturize your hair. So I don't think having locks or having loose hair, I don't think it matters. You need to do your own research. I don't want to give a definitive answer because I do not have dreadlocks. But with the research that I've done, Chebe is meant to strengthen the hair. So I think when people are saying no, it's because, especially with the powder, you cannot wash it out and it will remain in your hair. But I do want to remind y'all that the women of Chad, they cleanse their hair, they do wash their hair, but the Chebe stays in their hair forever. It's not something that they are looking to get rid of. Like, it is ingrained in their culture. If you've seen any of the videos, they all sit around and they all do this tradition. They all, like, it is a part of their culture. It is heavily ingrained in their culture. From, I won't say from infancy, but when they are young, they start when they are very young. And then that's why you see as they grow up, they have 4C hair that is to their butt, that is to their knees, that is to their waist, okay? And they attribute that to the Chebe. So when it comes to dreads, I don't think it's going to be detrimental. However, we all know that what works for you might not work for me, and what works for me might not work for you. So I do want to answer this question because I know someone is going to ask it, or someone is probably thinking it. Smell. We all know that when it comes to organic or natural products, that they can typically have a smell. So with this particular company, the Chebe grease, it smells like lemongrass. I actually love the way that lemongrass smells. If you don't like the way lemongrass smells, I would suggest to you to purchase elsewhere. And that's not a knock against the company, but it smells like lemongrass. You will smell like lemongrass for a couple of days and then the smell will dissipate. Now, as far as the Chebe powder itself, I have not, done my concoction yet, but when you open the bag, it smells very nutty, it smells very earthy, and it smells spicy. I do not know if that smell is going to go away once I insert or make my concoction, because the other things that I'm using also have their own smell. So when I add all of them together, I don't know what the smell is going to be. But if you are someone who just plans to use like an oil and Chebe, or just water and Chebe, or just like a carrier oil like jojoba oil, the Chebe probably is going to overtake that smell. So just a forewarning, Chebe has a nutty, earthy, spicy smell to it, or the Chebe powder does. With this particular company, the Chebe grease smells like lemongrass. Next question. I just caught this one. Okay. I'm just curious as to how you will wear/style your hair when you add the powder to your routine. So I'm going to style and wear my hair the exact same way. And I'm assuming the reason why you're asking that is because when you do your research, or when you watch women on YouTube University, they do say that it is very messy. And I am assuming that once it dries, that you're probably going to start seeing like residue or flakes or remnants of the Chebe powder, like maybe on your couch or on your clothes or on your pillow. So I am aware of that. So that's why I'm saying I'm going to try it both ways. I'm going to try damp hair and then add the Chebe powder. And then I'm going to try dry hair and add the Chebe powder. For me personally, if it's messy, y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll just be wrapped. It's simple as that. Y'all know how I feel about head wrap, so I don't have an issue with that. And the second part to that question, and when you also wash your hair, will you change your wash day from 2 weeks to 1? No, I will not. As I said, I feel like the 4-day is my sweet spot. 2 weeks will allow me to keep my hair coated and allow me to do 3 applications. So no, it's not going to go from 1 to 2 weeks. And in all honesty, as you guys know, I do find washing my hair, installing jumbo twists and installing mini twists, I do find it to be very therapeutic, but I do not have the time to wash my hair every week. Every single Monday, I don't have the time, okay? Now, I did kind of cut this off because I can't, film this video and then keep tacking onto it. So if I did not answer your question, or if you would like me to expand on it a little bit more, leave your questions in the comment section. I do want to also say this, that if I do misspeak about something, please correct me. As I said earlier in this video, I am very new to the Chebe and the journey, but I am just so excited because I like how natural it is. Aside from the products that I'm going to be using, I like how the main ingredient is natural. I love how it is from the motherland, okay? So we are going to go on this journey together. I do plan to do this for an entire year. So again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. If you have any recommendations, leave them down below. We are going to learn this Chebe and the Chebe journey together. I just want to remind you, here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday, right here or right here. I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Bye.
We always have it coming.